Alright guys, welcome back to Copa, Aconcagua, and we've got Sobek here as the Italians up against Tomiakd as the Persians. Didn't actually stop to check what map this was, but it's a pretty cool one. We've actually seen another casted game on it, or two, or a few. So our players starting out in Nomad. They're also going to want to add an early dock here if they can. Our players are going to want to grab all their water buffalo. Plenty of food on this map, right for the taking, but you don't start with the scout, so be careful of that. Players going to be beelining towards their age ups here. Probably see a lot of fighting with galleys come age 2. Spears probably aren't a bad unit to build in tangent with them, as Chandler has pointed out. Very solid trash unit against ships. I think they even get the snare, as well as their bonus damage, just like they do against cavalry. Now Chandler, tell me, is that because ships are cavalry of the sea, or because cavalry are ships of the land? There's a distance gathering here for Tommy, but at the same time, he seems to be up in score, but he probably should actually have some of these fishing ships back on these box turtles, a little bit closer. But is it faster out of the larger schools of fish? I think it must be. Our player's aging up. Sobek going to be slightly ahead of Tommy in that regard. Not by a huge amount though. But as Italians, we got cheaper age up, as well as dock techs and fishing ships are cheaper, while Tommy, picking Persians, he starts with a little bit extra resources, and town center and docks do work slightly faster. He should be able to produce a bit more in terms of eco pretty soon. Sobek should be able to also age up. Actually, you gather while spamming fishing ships a little bit cheaper. Sobek's second dock. Well, Tommy's second dock also going down as well. But Tommy trying down a third straight away. He's eager to get some damage. His water buffalo just going to scout for now. A lot of gold and food gathering now by our players, because I want to transition towards some fire ships and galleys, no doubt. Pair of galleys now for Sobek. And he's sending a fishing ship just to go and scout, and he can actually pinch just about all the water buffalo. Not gonna bother though. The fishing ship is gonna get quite low. There is some galley production for Tommy already. Sobek, we're gonna try and snipe this galley, or maybe a couple of the fishing ships if he can. More galleys in tow here for Tommy, so he'll be able to look at taking a fight here himself. Deciding against getting an outpost and instead going for a blacksmith so he can start upgrading his galleys. So Tommy can start working away at Sobek's galleys. Sobek has a few more in tow, and Tommy doesn't want to overextend here. Nice micro here by Tommy for the most part, but Sobek has a good galley count right now. But Tommy now able to even things out on home soil. Very micro intensive here on the water. But one of the galleys does fall there, and another. So Tommy picking off the low galleys. Sobek 24 eco pop, 25 now. Tommy's 22. So both players wanting to slip in some villages and fishing ships, but also wanting to really beef up the galley count from here. Continuing to gather some gold, a lot of wood to be able to produce them. Streaming forward and getting a couple more kills. Sobek is going to start pulling ahead here. Let's have a nice cluster of the galleys now. Tommy able to get the value he's really looking for at the moment. What another galley going down. So Sobek up 5-2 in the galley count. He's just continuing to expand his presence around the map here. Tommy can look at going a bit of a raid if he can. Or Sobek realizing he needs to be in pursuit or dealing some eco damage himself, but he's not far from the TC now. These galleys able to pick off training stragglers. Or Sobek trying to go for some harass now. Be able to snipe a villager. And he's going to start. Lamed one of the water buffalo though. But Tommy going to go for a raid on Sobek's wood gatherers now. A little bit outside of TC range, so they're going to have to go for the run back. Sobek has some galleys here to defend. He will be able to clean this up. And meanwhile, Sobek keeping Tommy on his toes. Villagers in garrison, but Tommy with a nice pick off of a few villagers there. So the eco pops are dead even at the moment. But Sobek has a few more galleys. So things are going swimmingly for him at the moment. Tommy now, I think, is adding some more villagers in the meanwhile. And some more galleys. Sobek still has a small galley lead. He's stolen his opponent's water buffalo here. It could hurt the food eco now. But Tommy's going to wish he had those. Villagers having a garrison now. Galley be galley. A tough fight for our players. So they are going to start leading eco once again if they're not careful. Sobek able to pick off a couple of villagers. Or force them to garrison at least there. While again, Tommy doing the same. Forcing a bit of a garrison. Denying any wood gathering. scores are pretty even at the moment. The military count does favour Sobek at the moment. This is a nice round for him. A lot of these galleys of his opponents are getting quite low now. Even with some solid micro, he's still not got quite enough here because Sobek is doing everything he needs to. Just finish off Tommy's army there. So Tommy having to get more galleys. Going to be careful with his fishing ships now. Galleys can slowly work away at one of these houses. So again, Sobek taking advantage of the fact that he's got this nice critical mass and his opponent doesn't just yet, so might as well go for it and just two-shot galleys while his opponent can't really relish in doing the same. So Tommy again struggling to get the critical mass he needs, and GG, he's tapping out from here. Sobek takes game number 1.